Hey there everyone, I hope you are all doing good. Today I'm going for a new type of video. I'm going to try to make some gear reviews once in a while. And today we are looking at the Erika Synth Bassline DB01 synthesizer. Basically the idea, I guess, was to make something that competed with the DB03 type of synthesizer. So it's a quite simple voice that's dedicated to make acid and aggressive type of sounds. So what do we have inside? First, let's slow the pattern. This one should be empty. Okay, so you have a sequencer, choose your tempo over here, and then you enter notes inside. Quite simple. I will set the control to basically like the default setting. We have a square wave, saw wave, triangle wave. On top of this, you can add a sub oscillator. A detune, which is actually a delay line made of BBD delays that's modulated a little bit, that create the impression that there is two oscillators detuned, even though there's only one. It goes from slight movement to weird chorus, sissy type of things. And you have this, which gets you from a clean signal to an overdriven signal. Of course, we have an envelope, a decay-only envelope for the VCA, for the volume. The same thing for the filter. Of course, no bassline would be complete without a filter. Here, it's our envelope amount. How much this envelope acts, opens up the filter. It would have been nice to have it reverse as well, because this is only a positive control. But as we have like CV ins to control the filter, if you have a few modular stuff around, you can easily make some funny stuff. The filter is kind of a polyvox kind of things, I guess, as it sounds super aggressive with lots of resonance. The beginning I had some LFO, because you also have an LFO on this. The LFO can be sent either to the filter or to the oscillator. And what's cool about it? Let's put this back to a more easy-going setting. Is that you can do like proper vibrato, as it goes quite fast. But it goes as fast as you can do some FM with it. On the oscillator, FM level, or on the filter. Also, the filter has a bandpass mode. That sounds even better for the FM type of stuff. But if we remove this, it's very good for vowel-y type of sounds. And very electronic sounding things. Okay, so this is the synth. Now let's get into the sequencer a little bit. So each of those notes, you can change the octave over here. We can then, when we press on this, change the note here. One thing I really like that's not common on those type of sequencers is that you can change the gate length of each note. Which is something that makes it quite easy to make like funky type of patterns. Okay, now what do we have next? We have all these are accessible with the shift button. So if the first submenu we have is accent, which gives a little push to both the VCA and the filter frequency, which is typical of the acid style synthesizer. Only downside about it, there's no amount. Why? That's too bad. But it's good anyway. It works. But like if we could have an amount to make it a bit more apparent, would have been even better. Then we have a slide, which is a little bit the same. It's fixed. You cannot. I mean, I've checked in the manual and I couldn't find a way to make it longer or tighter, which is also like, okay, it's good, but it would have been better with a slide time control. Then the best, the mod, which is basically a way to either parameter lock or record movement of the filter. So if you want to parameter lock it, this is plus or minus the position. So now that it's done, you can move the filter and it will offset the position of this knob according to what you have set up over here. The other way to do it is to press record when you're in this mode thing. And then you have an automation that loops. Then we have a pitch envelope. That's quite cool. Let's put it there. I never remember which one is the amount and which one is the time. This one must be amount and this one time. And it allows you to make some kick. Oh, stupid me, I forgot the noise as well when I talked about the synth part. There is a noise lever in there. So you can do some pretty decent kick drums or snare drums with this, which is quite unusual for bassline synthesizer. Okay, now then we have last step, which is where we choose the last step of the sequence. One good thing is that we can go 64 steps long. So let's go for second bar. Here you choose which bar you are in. In the menu you can make it follow along, but we're not going to do that now. I'm going to... I'm going fully by instinct over here, which is how I like to record this kind of things. Change some gate length, add some accent, some slide. I'm not a fan of the noise, to be honest. Remove it. Or just leave a little bit. Okay, so now we have a 32-step sequence. And we could have... Oh, then we have the play modes. Play modes are fun. We have backward, forward is the default, of course. We have forward, backward, pendulum. Pendulum 2, which I don't remember exactly what it does. It plays one more time the last or first step. Random, just playing any steps, which is actually very fun for generative mayhem when you have a good beat going on. I'm trying to add a beat afterwards on this. Okay, back to the normal one. We have transpose, which is, here we're transposing by semitones. So, I mean, this is the kind of thing I never use. So yeah, let it be clear that it is a review based on what I would use. Okay, let's get out of here. So the scale, that's cool. We can choose different scale. There's a few preset ones and some user ones. This one's a user that I made. If you go to a blank user slate, you have all the notes, like the 12 notes of an octave in equal temperament. And you can just remove those, the one you don't want. And it will filter those notes accordingly. This is quite cool when you want to improvise some note change on the fly like this. Because you know it's going to be kept in the same scale. It can't go completely wrong. There's an arpeggiator. I have to admit I didn't try it. And it's fun, but you cannot really record it. But you can play it from here. I mean, it's fun. It's not my type of things. And there's also, I think, if you go Shift plus play, then this turns into a keyboard. You can play the notes from here. You can, of course, control this via MIDI, send the MIDI out of the sequencer or the keyboard to other stuff, which is cool. I mean, the key mode, when you want to escape something, just press here. Oh, there's the LFO thing. So the LFO, from the start, is quite simple. It's just a sinusoid. But then here, we can change. Here we can see the length, for example. But there's lots of options for the LFO. So first there's shape. There's lots of different shape that you can see actually here when you are changing. Ramp, saw, square. And there's a lot of, let's say, custom shapes that are very fun. And they yield interesting results. The only thing I don't like about them is that you need to go to menu to check them out. The one I really like is the sample and hold. But then, of course, you have the sync. You can sync it to MIDI or not. You have the reset, which resets on each note, as you can see here. There's a phase, a range. Range is like low to high. When you are in the sequencer play mode, this is your swing. So yeah, I have set the sample and hold here. So this will add random values to my filter or my notes if I want L2D2 acid stuff. Okay, what else? The random pattern generator is actually quite cool. So check it out. Here you have accent. We have that amount of chance that when we press this, it will add accent with that amount of chance on every step. Same here with the slides. Same here with the mod on the filter. Same here with the pitch envelope. Let's put that to 0. Last step. It's a chance of changing. No, I don't. Oh, this is the step. This is the chance it had to add new steps. Play mode is the step probability. I forgot to show you that, but yeah, you can add probability to each step to make the thing a little bit more alive. Back to the random pattern generator. Transpose is the gate length and scale the notes. And this is what happened when you press the pattern button. It randomizes everything according to all the chances you've put before. Let's get off here. When you're happy with the pattern, you can save it by going to the pattern mode, shift pattern, and save it. One thing I hate is that if you load a new pattern and you forgot to save the one before, it's gone. Maybe it's because I got too used of the Electron or the Electron stuff or the tracker, for example, that's constantly saving stuff. So you don't have to think about it. And so there was quite a few times when I received it, I made some nice pattern. I was super happy. I was like, okay, let's change and make another one. And then when you go back to the one before, as you didn't save it, of course, it's gone. One other cool thing, let's make a new pattern here. So it sounds super thick. My only downside about the sound is that it's almost impossible to make it sound clean. Always beastie, meaty kind of stuff. Which, I mean, it's good, it's cool. But you better know it before you get it. As soon as you put the drive on, it's like... Anyway, it's always a pleasure to tweak the sound while the sequence is playing. It's almost always sounding great. Okay, what else can I tell you? So you have 8 banks of 16 pattern, which is enough. Oh, there's also the copy. Let's go to the copy page. So I have this that I've done. I can do copy, and if I select this and then press here, it will have copied the whole bar. Then I go to the next bar, paste, done. Last step, here, and boom, I have my 32-step sequence. I can start to change stuff in the second bar. That's very easy to work with. That's you have to get used to the shift and thing, but it works. Also, last thing, there is the menu. If you press shift and this button, you get into the menu where you have like clocking, MIDI in, MIDI out, MIDI clock, and lots of other things. You can like tune it if you want to go microtonal. There's lots of things. Volume, quite cool, because the output volume is quite loud. If you go to an FX pedal, for example, you can lower it from here. A knob would have been nice, but I mean, the user interface as it is quite nice, to be honest. So it's cool to have it at least here. So one thing that's cool is that you can go quite far, very way farther than you could with a normal bassline synthesizer, like you will hear now. Industrial. Now let's make it sound like an army of snails eating each other in a pool made of blood. That was my review of the Erika Bassline. So all in all, it's a very cool synth. Only thing I don't like about it is it's a little bit menu divey when you want to tune it right to a specific purpose. But, I mean, you can just play with it and never use the menu, except the accent slide and stuff, but it's an awesome jam machine, really. So, well done, Erika Synth. It's a great machine. Thanks to my Patreon subscriber who actually bought this machine so I can make tutorials and reviews on it. You rock. And thanks to everyone for watching. See you next time.